Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome. It's Orange Bloods Live. I'm Jeff. He's Chad. We're going to be with you for a little while. Do us a solid. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. Get notifications. All the stuff. You know the routine. We're talking Texas football. The running game. Steve Sarkisian met with the media for the last time. Not quite 2 hours ago. And yeah, the running game was a theme, Chad. CJ Baxter was a big theme, and that comes on the heels of the injury report coming out and CJ Baxter being probable. It's an area of the team that needs to be better. It's an area of the team that must be better if they're going to come close to accomplishing anything that was established as a goal before this season started. And yet, as we tell everybody in the Specs chat to jump in, send us some super chats, get involved. I don't know that I know what any of this really means. I don't know if you tell me CJ Baxter's 100%. For instance, Sark made a comment earlier today with the media. Well, Baxter probably won't get 20 carries.
Right.
Huh?
Hey, what? Let's
what?
He loves CJ Baxter. In his mind, there's a world where CJ Baxter could go from what he's been doing to 20 carries. But he's pacing himself, Catch. So it's good news that he said not 20 carries. I would think like 20 to 25 between those two guys, between Wisner and Baxter. Find yourself like 20 to 25 carries and see where it goes. Because, Catch, it must happen this week. It must. Whatever Kentucky was against the run, Mississippi State is worse. 97th in the country. It's the only number Texas has an advantage in if you care about stats. And if they can't establish a run against this team, the hope that they could do it in Athens or in those two big ones coming in Austin gets lowered significantly. They have to run the ball. There's no or, there's no if, there's no what if. No, they have to run it. And to me, Baxter this is a huge opportunity for Sark and Baxter. Show us what you've been thinking, please.
Well, look, to me, this is a little bit like the Emmett Mosley situation from a few weeks ago, right? There was when he finally became available, was going to enter the games. It felt very much like, aha! I know you guys have thought that the passing game hasn't been good, but we've been waiting on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I was like, I don't know, man. If this guy can get you 4 for 60, that would be really good. But, that's not even what he's become. He is once or twice a game he gets a target. And I kind of look at CJ Baxter like that. I mean, he's probably going to be good for 50, 60 yards a game. He's not an explosive back. Sark would paint him as a more trusted back. I don't know how much. I just don't know that I've been watching this offense play and thinking to myself, now, what I'm about to say, I'm going to follow up with other people disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been watching this team thinking to myself, you know what this team needs to save it, to really get it going? CJ Baxter. C4! Not, I haven't. However, I am reminded of a comment before the OU game. It might have even been before the Florida game. Matter of fact, I think it was before the Florida game because people singled it out as kind of an ominous statement. I didn't think of it a whole lot at the time. I thought it was a little kind of common sense. But in retrospect, it does stick out. I had talked to a source, and this was back when Wisner was coming back from his hamstring, and it was just about to be back, and then Baxter went out. And he goes, behind the scenes, one of the things that gets talked about a lot is that they plan this entire season to be a 1-2 punch back and forth between Wisner and Baxter. And that literally only one time, first game of the season against Ohio State, have they actually had the running game plan that they have devised the entire offseason for, that they built what they would say behind the scenes. The whole team was built around the concept of this is our combo. Now, what the source said at the time was, here's hoping we can get them back on the field together while there's still time to save the season or before it's too late. I forget exactly how the words were parched. And some people saw that and went, whoa, before the season's over, before it's saved, what is this person saying? And I was like, I think it's pretty self-evident that they don't, like before they lose too many games,
before a third loss,
playoffs can no longer be in the conversation.
Right. Because only a nerdy committee discussion gets you in if you lose a third one.
Yeah.
And I still don't know exactly what that path would be. It might exist. We may have to start thinking about it, but that's how I read it.
And then they lost to Florida. And then it was like, oh, that's what it meant.
Right.
So look, CJ Baxter is back. I kind of look at him a little bit like the Florida game for Wisner. What did he have in that game? Like 8 carries for 11 yards or something. Just, it felt like a guy coming back from a hamstring injury.
Mm-hmm.
They know they can lean on Wisner in this game. They know they just ran it 8 times in like the first 3 quarters of last week's game or whatever ridiculous stat that was. It's good that Baxter's back. Like, I think behind the scenes, it's a bigger deal than what we will talk about on this show.
It better be. I mean, if it's not, I'm not sure what that means. I mean, this game last year, Wisner had 6.8 a carry. I know it's a different team. I get that.
I mean, those are the teams that they should be.
Yes, 6.8 a carry. You know what the Aggies did against Mississippi State on the ground? 299.
Oof.
Their backup running back got 142. That was a game where Le'Veon Moss was on and off the bike like he was out there pushing the Book of Mormon. He had like 11 carries, barely. He barely got to 11. Reuben Owens, the guy you've been waiting for to like
Who's
become a
having a
running
good
back.
season, by the way.
He is. He's finally listening to you that he's a good running back and he's supposed to show it. He had 142 against this rush defense.
I think Reuben's at like 5.8 per carry this season. Like
Reuben's looking really good, and
that's what it looks like.
Right, that is exactly what it's supposed to look like. So, for those that are thinking everybody that was good against Mississippi State last year is gone, Wisner had 6.8 a carry. DeAndre Moore had 4 catches for 104 and 2 touchdowns, including a 50-yard touchdown. And let's spread some more good news. Arch Manning's quarterback rating against Mississippi State last year, 193.2, is higher than the guy that's number 1 in the country right now. Fernando Mendoza of Indiana is at 191. So he performed at a level last year against Mississippi State that would have him number 1 in the country if he could sustain it for a season. We have seen it. We've seen the flashes of it. Now it's got to come back together, and maybe C4 is that last little puzzle piece that can help them find enough.
I mean, it doesn't move my needle, but I'm acknowledging that behind the scenes, it moves other people's needles.
Mm-hmm.
And look, man, I'm wrong all the time. So I'm at least open to the idea that maybe this is exactly what the doctor has ordered, because I can tell you that from the moment Baxter went out, there's just been this little bit of a deflation at the running back position where right when they thought they were going to start getting Wisner back, it was like, okay, we're almost pre-OU, this road trip stuff, right? We're going to start, oh no, Baxter's out. You know, it was just
right.
I mean, there was a week when essentially neither of them were available. And then it was like, all right, well, now we're going to find out we found out what the other guys can do. And nobody's really clamoring for James Simon. Nobody's really clamoring for more Christian Clark. Like, Christian Clark has done nothing this season. It's making people we get the Ryan Niblett question in press conferences right now about, do you think you can play him more in the backfield? Yeah. Him some snaps.
Catch in the chat here as we were getting ready for the show. The Michael Terry thing got brought up again. Hey, what about Terry? Is this the week you might try something there? Like, that's being discussed.
I think this goes to something that I reported this morning over at orangebloods.com. Scan that QR code in the top left hand if you want to check out Orange Bloods for $1 on us and see what the fuss is all about. We had our Truth and Lies deal. One of the things that I've done this week, and by the way, interesting that the Cole Hudson stuff comes out last night. We had talked about that on the show with regards to, we're talking about the running game and how important Hudson was and how Saturday night it didn't look like a guy that was days away from playing football. He is officially out.
Yep.
Out. And
Taff out as well, if people didn't see that. Taff and Hudson out. Which
is what we knew, but we wondered would they play a little bit of a cat and mouse game, at least with Taff. Hudson, as of yesterday, I was like, I need to check in, but I hadn't heard that he was back. I hadn't heard that he was on the verge of, just it feels ominous. Last week, Sark said we hope. We had another guy with that injury. I had first heard this. This is why going back to the Wisner hamstring, right? It's like, well, when I first heard about the injury, this is what I heard, and then there had been nothing since. And so it was like, well, nobody's talking about it, but I had heard hamstring. Originally with Hudson, I had heard it was a concussion, that he got his bell rung in Tuesday's practice of last week.
Okay.
But, I kind of hinted, Sark kind of mentioned that we hope to have him back sooner than it was really kind of a strange comment because he gave no specifics of the injury. And then it comes out he's on crutches and you're like, okay, well, not a brain injury. And that's why I didn't go out and say it's it's what I heard. But now the whole thing feels ominous. And I don't know when to expect him back. We're not talking about the Connor Robertson thing enough because Nick Brooks has been so poor that
right.
Connor Robertson being below average to fill in for slightly average Cole Hudson hasn't registered on the radar. But man, teams are picking on Nick Brooks. They're picking, and as part of that, Trevor Gooseby on one side and Robertson on the other. They're getting pressured because part of trying to expose Nick Brooks is twists and stunts and all kinds of little tandem plays with other defensive linemen that, these guys are trying to hand off players to Brooks, and Brooks isn't always getting to them. And there's just you're right. You can't do it this week. You probably can't do it ever.
Yeah, because
the thing they've got going for them is that everybody this week is doubting them again. And I think that team will play well under those circumstances. It really is the moment that they have a little bit of success. And I don't think fully grasp we're not all that good yet. I think they beat Oklahoma and thought, see, we are a top 5 team in the country.
Right.
And I think the very next week they went on the road to Kentucky without the level of urgency, focus, determination, want to that they had against Oklahoma. And look, that we talk about after the Mac was the best at getting teams to play well after the OU game. It may be the best thing he ever did as a coach, but under Charlie, under Tom, and under Sark, it has been much harder for Texas teams to play well the week after the OU game. And so there's a little bit of that probably last week. I actually think Texas is going to handle its business reasonably enough on Saturday. I don't know that we're going to do the post-game show at the Card House Social and we'll be leading. I don't think we'll lead with Robertson or Brooks or CJ Baxter. I think enough other really good things probably happen that it'll be part of the conversation. But I don't think this is what last week was, which was for me more of a blinking sign. This could be a fourth quarter game that proves trickier than it looks on the outset. I think you can see Mississippi State being that early on, and I think they'll have Texas's attention in a way that just maybe Kentucky didn't for all the reasons we just listed.
All right, Brian Jones, CBS Sports, coming up at the 30-minute mark, as he does on Thursdays. We'll talk to Brian about what he thought from last week. What does he think about Texas and Mississippi State? We'll continue the discussion, obviously, about Baxter and the running game and all this. Also, let's thank our great partners around here, including AV Consultations. Do you need that setup that you've always wanted? Are you dreaming of something for the family, the movie room? Maybe it's a man cave. Maybe it's the she shed out back. Your wife is like, I don't know, maybe she's a soccer freak, right? Your wife is into soccer and she needs the right setup. Whatever it happens to be, this is the place that can make it happen. 255-8678. They've been doing it since 1988. All the changes and evolution in the technology of TVs and speakers, and they've been through all of it. They'll answer all your questions. Let them handle every detail, including buying that new big badass TV that you've been looking at. 255-8678 or go to avconsultations.com. Tell them you heard about it on Orange Bloods Live. And who knows, maybe in this road swing for Texas, you've realized you don't have the setup you need. AV Consultations can help you out. All right, if you guys want to throw us some super chats like our man Wes did, we will get to it just like this. $10 from Wes. Catch's camera quality looks much better. Have a good video, fellas. Just wanted to pop in and say hello. Great job as always. He's just saying Wes is noticing that a sexy man just got sexier in the last couple days. That's what he's noticing, Catch.
Is that what he's noticing?
That's what he's noticing.
I do have a new look. I mentioned it. It's a little embarrassing to have the new computer and the real. By the end, I really did know I got to quit cursing at Restream. That
You did it a lot.
Everybody else seems to be okay.
You did it a lot.
And I'm the one that doesn't. And at some point, you have to stop thinking that everybody else is the problem. That it's you.
Yeah. I enjoyed the end sequence though, because you said to me, I've got to get a new computer, I think 5 times before it happened.
It's very much an old man thing. Like,
I know. Yeah.
I had my previous computer for 7 years. You know, it's like taking away my whoopee blanket.
Yeah, I know.
But you know where my whoopee blanket is now?
What's that?
It's in the bedroom. Like now I have an office. The bedroom laptop doesn't need Restream, thankfully.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
I'm not doing the OnlyFans channel from the bedroom. I do that just from the office. So we're good. I can do all the things I need to do in the bedroom on the laptop. Power's perfectly fine.
Yep. That is exciting. That is exciting. Also, Brian Jones coming up. Yeah, Brian Jones coming up in about 12 minutes. Also exciting. Get Brian's thoughts on obviously the defense held up last week, but we'll get his thoughts on that offense. And that's why we're talking about the running game today and what Texas needs to do. Again, the injury report is Taff and Hudson both out. And then Catch along with Baxter at probable. We didn't mention Filsaime, but yesterday our discussion involved both Filsaime and Derek Williams, who's going to be filling in and trying to fit in Taft's absence. Filsaime listed as probable, and remember he's been all over the report the last week or so.
Yeah.
And I think he might have been in all 3 different spots at one point. But the fact that he's probable, again, that's supposed to be 75%. Hopefully that's good news too. But that's a big part of what I'm going to watch early in this game on defense with somebody different in the middle of that defense. I don't know exactly how much impact it's going to have to the comment you made yesterday. Hopefully it's not near what we saw with Muhammad out there at corner. Hopefully it's a different discussion and they can cover it up a little better.
Yeah, look, I think all of the circumstances in this, from the Filsaime injury to the fact that Derek Williams has played twice as many snaps, and that you've got a guy in Jelani McDonald that can play both positions, so that they can accommodate. It's not like McDonald is a strong side safety in the sense of the way we would think of the old NFL, where there's really a free and a strong. Texas hasn't really played like that a ton over the years. McDonald's just a big old dude, but like he's the most athletic guy they have in the secondary. I think it's going to be Derek Williams. It will be interesting to see if his experience. I had a conversation with somebody today at a place earlier where I was. We were just talking about this is just not a team with a lot of experience. That we knew going in, they had 26 combined grad seniors, and juniors. 26. this is a chance to get one of them on the field. Like if you're going on the road, and part of the conversations that you've been having is we're throwing true freshman Nick Brooks without a ton of experience into these situations, and it's not working out for us. Then you lose your All-American safety, and who, by the way, was last week. I missed this last week, probably because everybody was in the post-OU glow, but he was second team AP midseason All-American, which I don't think is a big deal because it's just a midseason deal, but gives you an idea of how respected he is and what the nation thinks of Michael Taft as a player.
Yeah.
And
what they're losing this week.
Yeah. So I think that it's going to be Derek Williams. Now, how much does Phil Simi play? Probably like Derek Williams is going to dictate some of that. And so will the injury. In a world where everybody's just healthy, I personally might lean more towards getting Phil Simi on, but it's easy to understand why it would be Derek Williams. It's probably not a stretch to say Derek Williams is playing for his Texas career now. That since coming back from the injury, he's probably been told, hey, man, these are the guys probably not going to start ahead of McDonald and Taft. Like, let's keep it a buck. But you're going to get your chance. You're going to get your chance. Don't get frustrated. And look, man, when you get your chance, who's to say you ever come off the field if you're we're going to play the best guys playing the best football.
Yeah, and this is the extra chance, the extra reps he's going to get in this game.
Well, and look, it might be multi-week. I think that a little bit the mid-tier thing is just blinking, and like we're waiting officially for the first report from Chipotle. Did I say it right?
Chipotle.
On that note, by the way, for those, I was told right before the show that there's been conversations about why the show had a delay today.
Yes.
It was not because I was having enchiladas today.
No.
That's tomorrow. Michelle and I have already agreed.
Okay.
Enchiladas Friday before the show tomorrow. So it'll be like a quick lunch, just get the damn things eaten and photographed, and then we've done our job.
Yeah, this was last week's enchiladas. We will get this week's enchiladas tomorrow.
Coming to you straight from Papacitos, baby.
It will happen. It will happen. Also, Catch, as long as we are talking food, I need to talk about my sacrifice as well.
Do they have enchiladas?
Because we are I'm not.
Oh.
Let me show what I'm going to do. We're going to TCH Social Austin. I'm going to have exactly what I had when Texas played Oklahoma. I'm going back to the pasta. I have been bad-mouthed in the room because I went away from the pasta. So I'm going to go bad beat bacon. I'm going to go jellyfish. I'm going to go with the shrimp and chorizo pasta. Damn it, if I have to, I have to. Come see us, 183 and Anderson Mill. We'll get the post-game show fired up. Hopefully, all of the food combos will work. I'm going to try to do my part.
I love that you're this committed to the bit, too. Thank you.
I'm trying to commit to the bit. You guys are committed to the enchilada bit. Plus, the pasta's damn good, and it's in the rotation. So, heck, I'll go back to it. No problem. But come see us. And also remember, if you want to play a little online poker, go to hijackpoker.com. In the great state of Texas, get your bonus there, your $20 bonus when you sign up. Put it on any device you want. Start playing today. Shout out to TCH. You see that Texas Card House logo every day here on OB Live. They're one of our great partners, our presenting sponsor every day.
You want to know what treat you're in for?
What's that?
Liverpool game starts at 2:00 on Saturday.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I've got to deal with you live in the flesh while Liverpool is playing?
Yeah, man.
So, then what are you going to do? Are you going to make them put Liverpool on one of those screens?
Yeah,
or are you gonna have it on a computer?
Ryan's a Chelsea fan. He knows what's up.
Wait. Is it Chelsea against Liverpool?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
But this kind of pisses me off. The last time that this situation happened, Liverpool were playing at Brentford, and it didn't go well. It was like a 3-3 draw. Of all of the gin joints in all the world, it's going to happen again, and it's the same matchup. I'm not happy about this.
Okay.
I will have absolutely a dedicated channel where I will not be there.
So the game
accommodate me on one of the 8,000 big screen TVs.
Okay.
But yes, when the Texas first quarter begins, the final 30 minutes of the Liverpool match will be ongoing. And all I can do is pray that Liverpool is up like 3-1 at that point, and I can just cruise my way in and do my job. Or, you may see the animalistic catch show up in person.
Man. So for those of you that do show up to TCH Social Austin, normally you can blame me if the screens screw up.
If somebody's like, are y'all what, motherfucker, you need to sit down.
This week, when all five screens are showing Liverpool soccer, you will know who to blame.
No. Put it back up, Chad. Put it back up. Put it back up the screen.
That guy. What, this?
No, don't we have just like a good picture of how badass the screen is? Or
we do. We do. I'll grab it for you. Hang on.
Yeah, put it up.
Hold on.
I know this is this ad-libbing and whatever, but like I just want you threw out a charge and an accusation. And I want everybody to know in advance exactly what's what.
Yeah, it was really a quick joke that I didn't think you'd take seriously, but sure.
I want the Tennessee TV down there in the bottom left.
Bottom left?
Yeah, man, I want the bottom left. I want where Tennessee's playing somebody in that screen.
Mm-hmm.
I want that one.
All right, there you go. So one screen will have Liverpool. We'll have Texas. Let me see. What else will we need to have? The 2:30. We got Missouri and Vandy. Maybe Bama, South Carolina.
Trash.
Oklahoma State's playing Tech. Nah. So we get, as long as we have Missouri and Vandy along with the Texas game,
we'll have all of the games on that matter. There will be more people that care about that Liverpool game than there will be TCU and Oklahoma State or whatever that was.
Hey, dude, long ago I have stopped arguing about anything with you soccer people. It's way too important. So I'll make sure you can put it on 3 screens if you want. Put it on both bottoms.
Not unreasonable.
You can put it on both bottoms if you want. That's fine with me.
I don't need 2 screens.
Okay. Just check.
What am I, cross-eyed?
I don't know. I'm just,
Would that actually help a cross-eyed person? Would they be able to relax if there was just a TV?
Yeah, we're not getting into that conversation. Brian Jones is coming up in a couple of minutes. $5 from Jareth. Time to start.
Something inappropriate in 4 days, I think. So, we did the
Friday enchilada fiesta, manifesting all the help and consistency we can get. Hey, if some of y'all just want to start eating enchiladas on Fridays, maybe.
The thing is,
might help.
Didn't last week I do it on a Thursday?
I can't remember the day last year.
Either we did the Oklahoma game on a Thursday, and last week was on a Friday, or I flip-flopped them.
Yeah. Okay. But hey, if y'all want to help Jareth, go right ahead. Give it a shot. Clay, $4.99. Baxter, unfortunately, isn't some kind of an X factor. He's too tall and slow. Nice guy, but him playing is a nothing burger. Clay, hopefully it's not nothing. Real quick,
Sarkisian would want to fight you right now.
Yeah, he would. Don't talk about his boo that way. So Catch, I'm going to try to ask this in a serious way. I'm not doing this as some kind of a joke, but I'm just looking at numbers. Baxter this year, 4.6 a carry. His career is 4.7. That's not what you want, but it's better than this team overall, which is 4.1.
Yeah, I'll take 4.7 right now. That's a baby step of progress.
If you could get this team up to 4.7 as a group, is it enough to do what they need to do? Does it get them
where they 5 games? Yes.
Okay.
Because I will continue to say, look, they got 5 games left. They just went through one of them. What I had said in a column at the midway point of the season was that you can look at these last 6 games. You probably set your watch that in 4 of the 6, they'll hold the opponent below 17 points or more. There's a good chance it'll be 5. And you got to leave open the reality like we saw against the Gators that they're probably going to be a road performance. And the Georgia game is the one that's really blinking.
Sure.
Where you're probably going to need more than 17 points that day. But this is a team that probably 21 is going to win. 21, you ain't going to overtime last week with 21. You shouldn't have gone to overtime last week. Anyway, you didn't need 21 to go to miss overtime, as it turns out. 4.7, you know what that means? It means they're not in the like 2.5 or a 3.0 or in that area where, because if you had like a 2.5 in one of those 5 pieces of sample size, you're probably not averaging 4.7 over the final 5 games of the season. Like we're at a point now where one bad extreme game is going to drag that number down. So you tell me 4.7 the rest of the way probably means there's not like a game where there's an 8, but maybe you're just consistent enough that it helps the passing game, it helps the defense, it keeps the defense off the field. It's all the things that it wasn't a week ago. You know what else 4.7 helps you do? Run the ball more than 8 times in 3 quarters.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that. And whatever Baxter and Wisner are together, it's Baxter and Wisner against this defense that you should be able to run, and you should be able to also possess the ball catch. Oklahoma or Mississippi State, 129 in the country in time of possession. If that crap that happened last week against Kentucky happens again, something is drastically wrong.
They may not win another game if we see that repeat itself again. If that starts to look like that's who they are, as opposed to, look, everybody thinks I've treated Arch with kid gloves. I feel like you go back and look at how I talked about Quinn when Quinn was his first year starter. It sounds a lot alike, right? There's a lot of he's going to be better for this. You got to expect some of this from young quarterbacks or inexperienced quarterbacks. Young's probably the wrong word. This just Mama always said there'd be days like this. And you see it in the NFL. That's the thing that I always really need to remind people. Guys that have mastered college go to the pros, and then it like starts all over again. And it takes time. It is, if Quinn Ewers gets thrown to the wolves by the Dolphins because Tua just is terrible, don't be shocked if Quinn Ewers just looks like a guy's never played an NFL game before, beyond a little bit of mop-up duty. It's just a different sport. And I think that, what you need Manning to do, you don't need him to be the best player on the field today, but you need him to hit open passes. You need all of the things that didn't happen in Lexington, the easy stuff. There are going to be days when sometimes the easy stuff is hard on the road as a starting quarterback. But we do need to see Arch taking steps forward. What we don't, because, the OU game was a week ago, Chad. So you can, whenever people start dogging Arch, you can say, well, dude, literally a week ago, he was the buzz of college football because he made so many big-time throws and because, he had looked so much better than he had in September. But, if he has another stinker in a row, well, then last week is the Kentucky game. And this week was the next bad game. And then suddenly there's just more of those than the others. And so, he's been inconsistent. He's not been very good very often. So, I just think that when we start talking about these final 5 games, even incremental progress, the old baby steps, sometimes it's funny because it's in the movie What About Bob? But sometimes baby steps is, I always say, man, small victories are better than big losses. And I think that instead of watching this game through the prism of this team better start looking like a top 5 team, instead of looking at it that way, it needs to be, this team needs to look like a team that isn't going to fist fight and rock fight and struggle its way through a 4-quarter game on the road against one of the bad SEC teams. And if they come out and they play well enough on Saturday that it's a double-digit win and just kind of commanding, progress. We can do the post-game show on Saturday, and we know that that doesn't mean they will have, that they're ready for the playoffs. It doesn't even mean that they're automatically ready for Vanderbilt. It will mean, though, that they were better than they were a week ago, and that's the real challenge this week. They got to put Kentucky behind them and be good enough that they can then go into the rest of the season and really feel like that Kentucky game was a real aberration of who they are. I think the real worry for so many Texas fans this weekend is that it won't be, that it will look like that again. That's why I'm okay with 4.7 yards a carry.
All right, looks like Brian Jones is just about ready to go. Before we talk to Brian, let's talk drinking and clothes. We start with the drinking and a little bit of eating with Specs.
Our famous pies have arrived, and they're out of this world. Specs, cheers to savings.
Yes, indeed.
Hold up, did the aliens just abduct Crown Royal?
The aliens know, the aliens have taste is what they just showed you.
The aliens just abducted Crown Royal.
Also, remember, if you're looking for good clothes, head over to the Co-op. You can do it right there on the drag, or search Real Snow Milk at universitycoop.com. We cannot guarantee you'll look as cool as Brian in these clothes, but the clothes will look that cool. You have to bring your own self to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Jones of CBS Sports is joining us, rocking some NFL red today. How are you, sir?
I'm tired.
You're tired? In general, or of Texas playing like they did against Kentucky?
Oh, that too.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry, I'm tardy, boss. I was in yoga.
Oh, look at you.
Drag my ass out of yoga.
Hot yoga or regular yoga?
Always hot yoga, baby. I can't do no regular. I got to sweat. I got to
sweat.
Now, wait a minute, Brian. You grew up in Lubbock. Do they do like that goat yoga stuff out in Lubbock? You do that country yoga?
Hell no. I can't even balance me. How am I going to balance with a goat on me?
I'm just asking. I don't know. I have no idea.
No, I'd like to be the goat on some of those.
I see. Okay. I'd like to be the goat, ladies and gentlemen.
What sounds a goat make? I don't know. I was going to say bad, but that's a sheep.
Hey, Brian, I was going to say, you saw that little bit of the Crown Royal getting abducted. I know that the profile of alien, I know what it isn't, because there weren't any purple bags when they abducted them. Like, I feel like you could learn a lot about who's steering the ship of the alien spacecraft by, did they take the Crown Royal with the purple bag or without it? And I feel like
you have to
about the aliens.
I have a lot of friends that are into the Crown, but those purple bags, as you guys know, go way back, and they have many usages. Many usages. Many usages.
It's a versatile thing.
That shit was luggage. Yeah. Can I check this?
That is the checked bag of the 80s and 90s, the Crown Royal bag. All right, Brian, give us your thoughts, man. Texas got in and out of Lexington. They survived it. Are you a little more on the what the hell side, or are you a little bit more on the night games in the SEC can be crazy side?
I'm going to look at my notes first about the offense. Let me see my notes. Play like shit.
Okay.
Next line. Play like shit. Next line. Look like shit. Dude, listen. You won, right? And you can go and say, well, Georgia won by 1 point here last year. Fucking Georgia's won 2 natties. They won the SEC. When you go do that, then you can give me that excuse. I don't want to hear that. Defense played its butt off. Hill Jr. played like an All-American. That first 4th down stop, smacked him in the backfield, had a pick, should have caused a fumble, I think, should have had another fumble recovery. Defense was lights out for the most part, especially in the overtime, the goal line stand there. Beautiful. I could nitpick, which I did when I was breaking down the film the other day. I'm sorry I'm looking. It's been a few days since I saw this. But offensively, they reverted to who they were at the beginning of the season. What the hell? That was ugly. We were singing their praises after OU. I'm talking about O-linemen combo blocking, hip to hip, getting to the second level, showcasing intensity. I saw none of that. None. Did they hear this show? Did they hear us singing their praises? As Coach Saban said, did they eat the rat poison? What the hell happened? Yes, it's tough in the SEC. I covered it for I don't know how many years for CBS Sports. It's tough. There's a reason Sark's first year, I said after they beat Louisiana, maybe the second year, I said they're going to lose to Arkansas. They did. It's a different brand of football. And you have to understand. But that's no excuse for you to go in and lay a freaking egg the way the offense did. Yeah, it's great. You got the W. But once you win a natty, once you win the conference, then start telling me about how difficult it is to play in the SEC. Don't point to Georgia. They do it. They did it again. Kirby Smart's right. Them motherfuckers like roaches. They hard to kill. He is correct. 100. Like, come on. They don't die. They multiply. But until you reach that level, I am sick of all these excuses. It's hard to play. Go play at Ohio State. Stop.
Brian, plus you missed the biggest one. It was at night. Did you know that? They kicked the game.
Oh, fuck me.
Like
I said last week, don't snooze. Don't snooze on him, right?
Hey,
understanding. We know it's tough. It's supposed to be tough.
You're forgetting something really important, Brian. You're forgetting the most important thing. Half the teams in the SEC lost last weekend.
Half,
Brian.
When you play each other, somebody's got to lose, right?
Hey, don't
There's
bring
a 50-50 proposition there, Catch. Come on.
Don't bring math to a Sark speech. I don't know what you're doing. What are you talking about? Night game in the SEC. They turned the lights blue, Brian. That's not fair. You're supposed to have white lights. They turned blue lights on and then blinked them.
Yeah, it's hard for me to play when they turn on them white lights. I'm with you, dog. Something happened to me.
It's like in Get Out.
If they were black lights, come on, let's go. Come on. Yes. Somebody's who is it? Is a comment? I think Vanderbilt, somebody's having a blackout this week. I was like, that's my type of party. Yeah. Get that whiteout shit. Give me a blackout. Yes.
Brian, are you telling me, wait, back in the day, A&M did that earlier in the year. If the Aggies had done a blackout back in the day, would you have gone to College Station?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how's a man saying he doesn't want to have a whiteout? Put that promo back up on them clothes.
What?
There is a little.
I just said
this is a whiteout.
Catch, it was a joke, damn it. I didn't mean literally.
You were white on white.
I hadn't even really noticed before. I didn't even notice before, Brian, that the way I put this together, this is the Brian Jones reverse Oreo. I had no idea.
That is it. Yeah, I love white. I got more white jeans in my closet than anything. I love white. I lived in Florida. I wore them year round. Here, I still wear them. I wear off-white up in New York. It's a little colder and all that, but man, I don't fall into that after Labor Day bull dookie. So I wasn't being literal there, Catch. Damn. Let the joke breathe. Just let it breathe.
I'm just saying.
Turned into Adam Zucker all of a sudden.
You like the snow milk is all I'm saying.
I don't discriminate.
Hey, Brian, this is completely random, but somebody asked us yesterday, it might have even been a super chat. They were like, is this the worst loss of the last 30 years? And I was like, you know what? If we go back a little further, there was a game.
No. You said it wrong, Catch. The weirdest win, not loss.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was the worst win.
The worst win.
No. We almost did a Makovic and let Rice beat us at home. That was a weird win. And truth be told, I think they called back a touchdown or something that was.
Well, can I tell you the one that I came up with? Because I have somebody that emailed me after the show and claims he was standing next to you when it happened.
Okay.
I mentioned the 88 North Texas game where Texas won the game, but it came down to kind of a shiesty call along the sidelines. Do you remember that?
That would have been the year I redshirted.
Yes.
They said they were.
I don't recall much about the year of 88.
Here's the email.
Football-wise.
What did I tell you, Catch? What did I tell you? I told you his memory of that year might be a little fuzzy.
So
I have no recollection. Okay, let me hear it.
Quote, Brian and I were standing right next to each other on about the 10-yard line of the south end zone when the play in question happened. I was helping Dave Saba and the team as a makeshift ambassador type guy. And yes, Brian was in his all sit-out transfer year. We saw the back judge make a signal, looked at each other in amazement, and both said, no fucking way. I'll never forget it. And funny enough, I haven't spoken to him since once. But no way has he forgotten how that went down.
Oh, wow. I have a vague recollection of that taking place, but I don't remember the play. I'm sorry. I've killed a lot of synapses. Ton of them.
I want to say that Texas was given a touchdown because I don't remember the exact play either. I just remember how controversial it was.
Yeah.
And I want to say the runner was down at like the 3-yard line. And they
gave us the touchdown? They gave us the tutty?
Yeah.
Wow.
I always liken that play to y'all remember the Texas OU game in the mid 80s that ended in a tie, but there was that horrific call.
Yep.
That people look back
at.
Oh,
you were still talking about it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And we all see that and go, oh my God. Or there's the famous one in the NFL with the Steelers and Oilers. Houston people will talk about. But what I've been told by Texas people that were there at the North Texas game was that's what it felt like to watch it and go, oh yeah, that's not right. That is just not right.
No, everybody walked out that night feeling like North Texas rightfully should have won the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll give you one. Real quick, I'll give y'all one on the Aggies side. The day Stoney Clark did what he did in the Cotton Bowl, the Aggies ended up, I think it was a tie with SMU. They were given a touchdown where the receiver landed on his back out of bounds.
Ooh.
The first thing that contacted the ground was his back.
Dude,
and
those were the old Grant Ave Southwest Conference officiating days. Oh. It all was on the table back then.
Exactly.
Did you see the guy from the SEC that was just suspended indefinitely?
Yes.
No. From what, the officiating?
Yes. The guy that Kirby
from the Auburn, Georgia game.
Oh, the clap timeout. The clap timeout guy?
Yeah.
Brian, did you catch Lane Kiffin last week doing that to an official? And he said, hey, I was clapping. And the official just starts laughing.
That's why they had to do it. I think it's more Lane Kiffin's fault than it is Kirby's. Like, when Lane's clowning on the officials in the games, it becomes that big of an embarrassment. They had to take a stand. If Lane just chills the hell out.
The worst defense for officials, and it's regurgitated all the time, the worst defense ever is, well, they're human. I hate that. AT, we were discussing officiating a couple weeks ago, and he said the same thing, almost threw up. Hey, dude, yes, they're human. We're fucking human too, the players. So what? They're human, and they're going to make mistakes. We make mistakes as well. Go ask Dennis Erickson about how human he is and how he lost his NFL gig. Remember Seahawks playing the Jets? They called Vinny Testaverde across the line. Wasn't even close to crossing the goal line. Yet he's fired. I mean, there's tons of examples, but stop with that defense of officials. I understand it's difficult. I get it. Well, maybe you should be younger. We shouldn't have old geezers out there trying to run around with these young whippersnappers. So I get that they're human and they're going to make mistakes. We make mistakes as players, but their job or their collegiate career is not hanging in the balance. Well, maybe now jobs are hanging in the balance because there should be this type of recourse for them, the officials, as there are for the players and the coaches.
Brian, angling back towards Texas and Kentucky, we were talking about the running game today because Baxter's listed as probable in the report.
What running game
this week?
I mean, those guys run hard. I give Wisner. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Is it Clark, number 6? He ran extremely hard when there was a hole there. I thought both of them ran like back should run, but that offensive line, man, Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, buddy.
Okay, so there's Baxter being probable, but then you've got Michael Taft out and you've got Cole Hudson out, and we saw what the center position looked like last week. So when you put all that together, your confidence level that Texas can run the ball a little bit against Mississippi State and that the defense can at least kind of look like itself without Taft. Like, what's the confidence?
Oh yeah, I think the defense can look like itself without Taft. I think they have enough talent in the reserve spots. They'll be all right, and look for them to target that as well. Shapen has been shaky. I still can't believe the way that game ended. They just pulled defeat out of the jaws of victory and handed Billy Napier a parting gift. I'm sitting there watching that. I can't believe that did not just happen. Yeah. Stupid, dumbass football. And I always say, dumb loses more than smart wins. Why the hell are you passing? You're in field goal range.
Yeah.
What are you passing for? Why? That's Jeff Levy. I'm surprised we're not. I'm sure they're killing him in Starkville. They should be, because that was just a dumbass move on his part. But as far as the run game, I have no confidence in this offensive line. I don't know what you're going to get. None. No confidence whatsoever in these guys, because they fooled us. They gave us that excellent display of blocking 2 weeks ago. Then they go out there and they give us a stinking pile of excrement in Kentucky at night with the white lights in the SEC. Like, what the?
But Brian, doesn't that tell you it's there though? Oklahoma's front is pretty good. We talked about that. So doesn't that give you a little hope that it's there?
It's there. But if I had a little bit more consistency, I'd have some hope.
Yeah.
I'm not holding out hope. I have to see it. I am not believing until I see it. And then when I see it, I'm not believing that I'm going to see it again until I see it. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. No, sir. Right. Next question.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Catch.
I looked up, God bless YouTube. I looked it up. 1988, Texas and North Texas.
Oh, they have the play?
I just tweeted it. In fact, if I look hard enough, I might be able to find Brian in the pack. Tony, the game-winning touchdown, Chad, is very much like the one you described from the A&M SMU game.
Yeah.
Tony Jones is in the back of the end zone. He makes this lunging, diving catch where he's going, his entire body lands out of the end zone. There's an official standing right there, and he throws his hands up to signal touchdown as if it's the most dramatic call in the history of football. And I'm not sure that any part of Tony Jones's body actually landed.
Oh, my God. Oh my God. I don't know that I've ever actually seen that play.
Oh, it's a touchdown, dog. You got a knee in.
Brian, throw those horns up. Throw those horns up.
Where am I? My little fat ass. I was probably fat. Wow.
Yeah. That guy, the best part of the play, though, is the official is so sure.
There's no doubt.
Hey, the official's like,
he is so sure. He got it right.
He was emphatic.
He goes the other way, he goes beyond vertical. Like he's so sure his arms go backwards.
Arched his back, yes.
He does. Oh my God.
Because today there'd be a conference that lasts 4 minutes.
The last person
he'd go talk to somebody and
oh my God. The last person I saw with that kind of back flexibility was Simone Biles in the Olympics. That was really impressive.
So anyway, I've contributed my final piece of the puzzle. I think I don't know where to go from there other than I was like real curious. I was like, wait a minute, YouTube's gonna have this, isn't it? And it does.
That is wild.
YouTube University, they have everything, don't they?
All right.
Wow, what a flash. You didn't see me on the sideline? That's Shannon Kelly through. That's Shannon Kelly. Oh man, yeah, he was out. I just expanded it. He was out.
Brian, don't they give you credit? Let's go through the rule book. If my foot sweeps the back pylon, isn't that still a touchdown? I don't need to actually come down in bounds, do I?
His whole body hits first, though. That's the thing. Like, it's not one of these toe tapping.
Isn't the pylon magical, though? If the pylon gets knocked down,
we got to get Tony Jones on the show and ask him if he thinks he got this. Did you get a foot down, Tony?
Hell no.
A toe?
I plead the fifth.
Hey, and if you could feel bad for anybody this many years later, it is that North Texas defender because he thought he just got that done, and his eyes and his brain and everything told him he did, and then they said it was a touchdown. That had to suck.
And the official held it for like 10 seconds.
Exactly. He holds it like Simone Biles at the end of a floor.
He was waiting on the Russian judge.
Oh, the official threw a flag on 49 from North Texas.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Oh my
one
God.
of them took their helmet off.
Dude, that was in the last minute of the game.
That's so brutal.
Wow. Yeah, 49 must have said something.
I'm telling you, the Aggie thing was the same. Just imagine it being back first instead of his stomach. It was just reversed on how he landed, but it's basically the same thing. And they called it a touchdown there too.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Thanks for that. Thanks for reminiscing. Oh.
Yeah, really. All right.
Anyway, what else you got? Come on.
All right, Brian, let me give you, we'll go 3 SEC games here. We'll go.
Are they at night?
Hold on,
And
I
do
got
they
a
have-
question for him.
Only one's going
All
to be at night.
Is
I'll
it more
warn you now.
likely that Texas loses this week on the road against Mississippi State or at home against Vanderbilt? What's
Both.
no?
Damn.
Both.
Gotta pick one. What's the more dangerous game for you?
Oh, definitely next week.
You do? Okay.
Andy's for real. But I think Missouri can handle Vandy. I don't know if that's one of your games, Chad, but these teams, this is going to be a fair fight. That Vandy team, dude, break it down. That film, you want to see some offensive linemen with some nastiness? Watch that game tape. Oh, my goodness. They were smacking and punching those LSU defenders. They get to the second level. They're driving guys 3 and 4 and 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. They have some physicality that every offensive line should have. That's how you play. Even as a backer, you hate that shit, but they do it the right way. They get after it. And then, of course, Pavia. He's the edge, the engine. He's every damn thing. The swagger. I said last week, you come to Nashville for the party, you stay for the Pavia. He got them believing, baby, and they're legit.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, that was the middle one. What about?
Okay, the middle one. Let me finish then. Missouri to win this game, they got to find their run game. They have done nothing the last 2 games, and both of these teams have a common opponent, which they lost to, Alabama. But Ahmad Hardy went into that Alabama game 2 weeks ago, leading the nation in rushing. He averaged 4. He was averaging over 7. He averaged 4.2 versus Bama. It was less than 3 last week versus Auburn. Auburn has a pretty nasty front as well, but they have to get that running game going. And remember this name. I'm going to mess it up. I ain't good with these African names, but they got a freshman receiver, Donovan. I just call him Donovan O. He is damn good. Made some big catches late in that ball game for Auburn. For Missouri last week. Donovan Olabode. Try that.
There you go.
I know it's wrong. Yeah, Olabode, I believe. He's good. Next game.
So which way are you leaning, Vandy or Missouri?
I'm leaning Missouri. I like Perbula can make some things happen and evade pressure where Nussmeier couldn't. Reason why I like your Aggies versus LSU. After taking on Taylor Green, they're going to think Garrett Nussmeier is a statue because Taylor Green, he's on my Heisman list, dude. If they had a better record, this dude would be the top of the Heisman list. You seen his numbers? Well, you watched him last week. He is phenomenal. And still, the Aggies sacked them 4 times. They still had 8 TFL, 8 tackles for loss. And now they're going up against this statue in a porous offensive line of LSU. But they know that'll be a tough place to play. It's a night game, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got to get there for a night game. I've never seen it, but LSU will be ready, and Brian Kelly's fighting for his job.
Yep. Wow, look at that. You answered 2 of them for me. How about OU Ole Miss?
Oh, wow. I had Ole Miss winning in the swamp last week. Their defense is back to where they used to be. They couldn't stop a nosebleed with a bag of ice. Can I just get one punt? Can you force one freaking punt? One? Okay, half a punt. Okay, I don't even know if that exists. Like being half pregnant.
Can you force a fake punt?
A fake punt, yeah. Right. Can you get them in punt formation?
There you go.
They don't have to punt. Just get them in punt formation. Oh, they were awful.
Banks is like, hey, let's not talk about the fake punt thing if we can, please.
Why you got to be the skunk at the guard party, man? Why?
That's rude.
Even Lane
Kiffin.
It just
happened. It's so fresh in the brain.
You're right. Yeah. Lane Kiffin even called me. He's like, shit, they a scout team. Our defense is he said that looked like a scout team servicing the number 1 offense. Come on. They were bad. I'm taking Ole Miss, though. I love this Trinidad Chambliss. Great story.
Yeah.
And this guy is nails, and he can do what Mateer can do to their defense. Extend plays, get out of harm's way. It's going to be tough because they did nothing those last 2 drives. Georgia guys, defenders, got their hands up, started batting down balls, got them in 3rd and long, and that was the end of it. Those last 2 possessions, I think they only had 17 yards in the 4th quarter. And the reason they only had 2 possessions is because every drive for Georgia, aside from a couple, was at least 9 plays because of that defense again of Ole Miss. Man, Pete Golden's got to slap somebody around this week. Like, dude, y'all got to play with some pride. But I'm taking Ole Miss on the road. Nothing against OU because they found a running game last week. This Blaylock kid, this Xavier Robinson, where'd that come from?
Finally, yeah.
Oh God, there's a play. I gotta find it. I'm gonna send it. There is. You want to see some cowardly football? There's a play versus South Carolina. OU's near the goal line, and their edge defender. I think he's a transfer from Syracuse, number 12. This mofo, he just did that. The back's running right by. He just did that. He just reached his arm out, and it was like an Olay. Like, what the hell? Never saw him again the rest of the game. They should probably take his pads. We would whip his ass if he was on the defense I was on. He would get the pile treatment. Remember Full Metal Jacket?
I knew that's where you were going to go. I knew you were going to say it.
He would get the pile treatment. Now, he might come back and kill us all, but he would get that treatment.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but dude, that and number 4 DB for Oregon when they played Indiana. Two of the most cowardly showcases. I just, what are you doing? Just turn your shit in. They give you those pads so you can protect yourself. And especially an edge guy. Okay, a DB, all right. I'm going to give you a little wiggle room.
Mm-hmm.
An edge defender.
That's your job.
Dude, you in the shit. You're supposed to be tough.
It's in the job description, edge.
Thank you.
Right? That's where you're supposed to work.
Number one of the role and responsibility. Be a tough SOB. Hit people. Yeah. He just, I am not exaggerating. He did that. And the OU back scored. AT and I, everything, we were texting it back and forth. I'm going to kill him. If we ever get a South Carolina highlight, which we probably won't because they're in the tank right now, hey, as long as that number 12 ain't playing, maybe they got a chance.
Wow.
That dude, it's bad.
Catch, you got one more for Bryant?
His family, it was so bad his family should disown him.
Oh,
if that was my child, I would say, don't even bring your ass home. Don't call. Don't come home.
No Thanksgiving.
Change your last name. Nah, don't even think about it. We moved. We have moved. Change your last name.
Your mama's side of the family is what you're going to do.
Mama probably say, we tough over here. Take one of your aunties or cousins or something. We don't know you no more.
We'll meet you at a restaurant, but we'll move. We move. We ain't going to tell you where we live now.
I had a question, but like anytime we hit that 80s movie reference, it's just not going to get better than the Private Pile reference. It's not. Like that's
Give me the question, man. Come on.
I wanted to know nationally how that Sarkisian answer about the OC thing, it went viral. Like, you never know what little bits.
Everybody, I'm on a text thread with some of my former teammates at UT. And I hear that all the time. I watch the game tape. No one's going to bat 1,000 calling plays, okay? But there are plays to be made. It's not his fault. Our quarterback now doesn't set his feet and overshoots a dude that's wide open. There's no one in the next fucking county. And he overshoots him. The dude, 88, what's his name, the transfer, the tight end?
Jack Injuries.
Wide open. Y'all saw it.
Yeah.
And he can't even make a play. He just looked like someone blasting it out of stadium.
But Brian, it's not a one-game sample size. This is...
I understand, but this particular game, I didn't see that. Yes, there have been times when I've questioned his play calling, but he's right. That's how he got to get. Clark Lee took over calling the defense at Vandy. Look how they're playing. So head coaches can do it. Clark Lee's doing it. There's Lane Kiffin calls the plays. Those other guys,
he does.
No. Charlie Weiss,
he's not called.
Charlie Weiss Jr. is their OC.
Oh shit, he has the title. That don't mean he's calling the play. A lot of people have the title.
If I'm not mistaken, Brian, this is maybe the first, if not second season. It hadn't been long, but I believe he did give up play calling in the last couple of years.
There have been and there will be coaches that still call plays, whether defensively or offensively. All right, I'll stick with Clark Lee.
Do you know who the only coach to win a national championship as a play caller this century is?
Whom? No.
Jimbo Fisher.
That's right.
No, there's two. There's two because Urban Meyer did it too.
When
Unless you
he
believe
was in
someone else was
Florida?
called. Unless you believe someone else called that offense in 2014. But it was, to me, it's back to back, and then we haven't had one. Jimbo in 13, Urban in 14, and since then there has not been one. Because
okay, I know it's not just this game. I don't have a problem with the man being the OC. Yes, going back to the Ohio State game in the playoffs last year, I was perplexed, flummoxed. You pick a word. That play call down in the red zone when Jack Sawyer sacks, even the play before that, I believe it was, and he sacks yours and takes it the other way. So there have been some plays here and there, yes, okay. But the dude made his name calling freaking plays. That's what he does. And execute. If these guys execute simple shit, remedial plays, we're not even having this discussion.
Okay.
And then there were some throws Arch made I thought were excellent down the field. I mean, 10, 15-yard throws. Okay, but it's a little short shit. How are you missing that? I don't get it.
Yeah, there's just a lot of he always talks about complementary football in the good sense that they're looking for. That offense at times, Brian, is about as bad at what's the opposite of complementary football? Non-complementary football? Like it's just that horrible matchup of we're going to block bad at the wrong time. The quarterback throws bad throws. If he gets it there, the receiver may drop it. We might run bad routes, and our running backs won't put a foot in the ground. It's like it just turns into this avalanche of bad offense, and we know they have the ingredients to bring the good part, but when the bad starts, sometimes it just infects them.
I'm sitting and I'm watching these simple plays that are not being done. It's remind me of you nasty dudes in the men's bathroom pissing all over the floor. You got that big old urinal. How do you miss that thing? Wow. How do you miss that, but you hit that little thing? You know, I don't get it.
No, I know what it is. I learned after all these years.
It's not the analogy I thought he was
going. It's the backsplash. They have such
ain't no damn backsplash.
They have such powerful urine that it's hitting the toilet and splashing back. That's what happens.
I'm so
Men don't pay attention to the splashback. They're like, oh, I'm aiming straight. Everything's fine.
This is the one we're going to send to the Hall of Fame. This one right here. The YouTube Hall of Fame.
So you got the ideal pressure, and then it's the backsplash or the splashback, as you said it, from that pressure of your hose.
Yeah.
You a lying. I saw a dude, he probably got all soaked because he was all up in it. I was like, damn, dog, you might want to back up a little bit. You know, not that I go in the men's bathroom checking everybody out, but this one you couldn't miss. I mean, he brought his hips. He was like that. He was like that referee. He brought his hips. He was like,
You say who he needs, Brian? He needs that dude at the club that has the cologne waiting for you when you walk out at that point.
I couldn't do that job. How do you just sit in a fucking urinal all night? And some people might tip, some might not, but all you smelling poop and urine. How do you do it? I hope they pay you well, other than these tips, dog. But you got to do what you got to do. Put your pride in your pocket, right?
I mean, that's his kind of guy. He's covered in piss. Come on, dude, take some cool water.
That's his prime target, right? Hey, dog, you know you need this.
You know you were leaning in. You know.
This show, Chad, this is our stupid news segment. You remember I used to have stupid news.
I wish this could have a title. I don't know that we can title what this has turned.
We got to get this sponsored, dude.
Sponsored by Backsplash. That's what we're
there's gotta be a Eau de Toilette out there that's another thing that bothers me. Why I shit Eau de Toilette and theirs is perfume? I mean, come on.
That's deep. That's a little too deep. Touche. Definitely.
We get the toilet and they get the perfume. Anyway.
Yes, we do have a sponsor, but it's these lovely clothes that Brian tries not to get, backsplash on. University Co-op. Go to universitycoop.com and search Real Snow Milk if you want to go to the website. Check it out, or just go down to the drag. Go to the Co-op. Please be careful in their bathroom and get yourself some of these great clothes.
I'm gonna wear one of those. We've got a segment with Jimmy John's. Spoiler alert, and. This is Saturday. Yeah, we got a segment where everyone's going to have a T-shirt or something symbolizing their alma mater, and I'm going to wear the black hoodie, hoodie on a segment Saturday. So
Real Snow Milk going to get a little national love, huh?
They'll get. Oh, dude, they're blowing up. I just saw he was posting something with Chance the Rapper. This is nothing compared to what they're doing right now. Nice. He's hanging out with the New York Giants and all that, so they're killing it. But great company. They do some great design. So I appreciate them and appreciate you guys. Bye.
Yeah. Well, give them the hook 'em.
Hook 'em, by God.
Thank you. Jeez, don't ruin stuff. We got people eating enchiladas. I'm trying to eat the same food that I did for the OU game. We got to have Brian say hook 'em every time. Come on now. Just trying to get it done. All right. I see some super chats there. We will get those before we clean up. By the way, Buck Wild, I love that you watched that video and said he got a knee down for sure. Well done. That's well done. That's a fan right there. That is a fan right there. $4.99 from TJ. I can't believe
he got his knee down, but where?
Yeah, I can't. Oh, the knee did come down. That's true. That's where I'm asking if the knee hits the pylon. Is that okay? I can't believe we're at a point where we're saying, "Are we ready for Vanderbilt?" TJ, have you watched both Texas and Vanderbilt play this year? It's perfectly valid. The helmets don't play the game.
I think the thing about that game next week is just going to be how upper class laden and dominant Vanderbilt is. You watch, it's going to be one of the stories that gets talked about. Yeah. They have as many grad seniors. I think it's 22 is the number. Almost as many grad seniors as Texas has grad seniors, seniors, and juniors combined. It is that they are the equivalent of that team in the NCAA basketball tournament that has 5 seniors. None of them are going to play in the NFL, but they have played together for 4 seasons, and they just have all of those old man tricks in their arsenal, and that's what Arsenal is, man. They're a grown man team.
Real quick catch. Tony gave us a $1.99 off topic. Ole Miss OU. Who you got? I agree with Brian. I go with Ole Miss.
Same.
Yeah. It should be an interesting game, though. That's an early kick, 11 a.m. ranked matchup in Norman.
Ole Miss's season's on the line. Like they'll be desperate. They will have to be the desperate team on the road to win, and I think they will be.
$4.99 from James. Buy or sell from. Oh, sorry, I didn't see it was for Brian. Due to offensive inconsistency, D needs to be smart, but uber aggressive in blitz and coverage, like the Steelers and Ravens in the early 2000s. Not sure if it's quite that big. Yeah, sure. If you look like those teams, you can win some ugly games. Maybe. Hopefully the offense can play a little.
Those teams didn't apologize.
Hopefully the offense can play a little better against Mississippi State. Before we get out of here, let me tell you about 2 events. One you want to circle on your calendar for later, and one that's literally coming up tonight. We'll start with the one that's coming up on November the 21st. We're going to be out at the Deep Eddy Vodka Tasting Room for the show and the Q&A. Come on out and see us if you want to come do a tasting, if you want to have some of that great Crimson Creek Smokehouse barbecue, have yourself one of the great cocktails, just come on out. Remember to bring those mason jars and martini glasses for your discounted refills. Come and check out the show Friday, November 21st. So that's what's coming up then. How about something coming up tonight? If you are sitting around and you're thinking, man, Chad, I would go out on a Thursday night if there was a whole pig getting roasted and a mariachi band. Well, I got your event. Taste on Main, downtown Buda. Travis and the crew are cooking it up. A whole roasted pig, a ceviche station, the open bar, Herradura and Still Austin samples. And yes, the mariachi band is jamming from 6 to 8. Get out there for the Barrel Pick dinner party at Taste on Main. Trust me, they cover every detail like it needs to be covered. It's going to be a great time with the weather kind of turning like it is. A little October evening. Never hurt. in downtown Buda. Go see them at Taste on Main. Let me give you their, hang on, where is it? Let me give you that QR code if you want to scan it so you can find out a little more information and go try yourself a little bit of that whole roasted pig. Sounds like a pretty good idea at Taste on Main. All right, Catch. Anything else?
Nope, I needed to be gone 15 minutes ago, so let's go.
Fair enough. Thank y'all for liking, subscribing, and getting your notifications. Y'all take care. This is